Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a DBD Wraith build video as well as a commentary discussion going over it. It's a pretty simple build. I can recommend it. You see what's on there. Shadowborn because I'm addicted to it with Wraith. Sloppy because we want to do damage and let that damage stick. And then, undo healing progress because you can get around the map pretty fast. Bamboozle to block some windows and, do the vault thing a little bit quicker. As well as brutal strength because we're going to be busting down doors and pallets and gens and things of the like. Add-ons, the one to do pretty much all of what we're doing, vaulting and busting, as well as uncloaking speed because, well, that just helps you chase. Make it a green, make it a purple, whichever combination. I just did purple and green because I feel that is, I feel like that's just a better showcase of, oh, you don't need all purple to win the game, even though it's like a 2% difference. So yeah, build, I can recommend it. It's pretty fine. But this is a larger discussion because it's pretty funny to me that Wraith seems to be an example of people not knowing what they want when it comes to balance. And people exaggerating a great deal. I'm going to use that as a segue too, just a heads up. First off, it's hilarious that everyone is treating Wraith like he is the next Nurse and Blight and MDR Spirit right now. It's insane to me. The amount of people I've seen talk about, oh my gosh, Wraith is so unbearable now. I can't stop him without a flashlight. Brings me to a discussion that I saw on Twitter that I, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I feel it's pretty stupid, pretty dumb, and that's not pretty nice to say that way, but for lack of better words, it's pretty dumb. And I keep seeing the argument over and over again. It's this discussion of fair and balanced. And if you saw the tweet by the content creator, this isn't to just completely dissuade or dismay their thoughts on the matter. But I've seen this same content creator talk time and time again about Trickster and how you just can't do anything and chase against Trickster. And yes, I am biased as a Trickster main overall. And that's one of those things where it's like, if you can't do anything, why isn't the character better? Or are we just using this as an excuse to not learn? And you wonder, how did this become a Trickster discussion in a Wraith video? I'm getting there, just bear with me. You have Trickster, who is constantly messed up by terrain, and what does that mean? That means that if you are playing in a way that isn't just running back and forth in front of Trickster with a chicken with their head cut off and doing that weird circle thing in front of them, and you try to make distance, you try to hide behind things for a few seconds, you're going to extend the chase. And I'ma be real with you, and someone that, had to learn Trickster at one point, and sees a lot of baby Tricksters, you're probably going to get away if you are playing it correctly. They're just, I'm tired of seeing, oh, you just can't get away from Trickster. No, you can. You definitely can, or else I would have a spotless record. There's people that take me to parts of the map that I cannot utilize. There's people that do things and think that actually makes me have to do something. Yes, I post videos of me winning games, but I also lose games too, and the ones that I lose, that means that the build that I'm trying out probably doesn't work. That's why I don't bring it to you all to try and sell it that it works, because it's not working. But, back to Wraith, I'm seeing the same argument with Wraith. You can't do anything now that you can't do anything with flashlights. How do you stop him? This has been the entire point of the bad guy role. That's why they're faster than the survivors. That's why they have powers. They're always intended to eventually catch the survivor. That's the entire point. If somebody spends the entire game chasing one person, they're probably going to get them. They're probably going to lose, but they're probably going to get them. If without any intervention from teammates, they're going to catch the person, right? So why do we treat everybody separately like, oh, there's nothing I can do in a chase? Let's be real. What were you doing on any of them, right? You were throwing a pallet. Is it because that you can't throw a pallet the same way you thought you could, that you can't do anything about this person now? Wraith is a can of worms that has been opened. I've never taken Wraith seriously because it's a very basic power. Bing bong, semi-invisible, but invisible after a certain range, get close, unbing bong, and then bing bong the person's head, and then do it again. It's a very simple idea. So to think that so many people are crying about I can't do anything, it just kind of really shows that people aren't trying to do anything, right? If you can't do anything now that E is gone and you don't know how to play against somebody with an M1 bad guy that just goes fast, but while he's fast, he can't hit you. You don't stand a chance for the rest of the roster. No wonder you're crying about Trickster, because you're not. It's Trickster was different. And again, not that person specifically. I've seen their videos. They're a pretty good survivor, but just things like that. It's like you're not thinking differently. Me, you know who I hate? I hate Huntress. Because people think that they're skilled when it's just Trickster with less steps. Oh, but I can make a Huntress run out of, like, ammo. If the Huntress is trying, she's going to hold it and know when to pull it up and when not to. Same with Trickster. I know when to pull my knives up, and I'm probably going to have to reload after every down because between random recoil hitting the environment and it takes 12, yeah, to put somebody down. There's a lot of stuff that gets in the way. There's a lot of times where I can't pull my knives. Things like that. And with Wraith, he doesn't have to worry about either of those things. You get zoned out by Wraith and then do what? What do? You drop a pallet. So it's just weird to me what people complain about using Wraith now as the prime example of you just don't know. You just don't know. I don't want to hear any more balanced discussions from people that claim to know so terribly well, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to cry about something, which is exemplified if you look at my artist video. Spoiler for the end. Apparently, I was using the most powerful bad guy in the game. Artist, right? Not Nurse, not Blight. I asked him. Not Nurse, not Blight, not Spirit. No. Artist is the strongest in the game according to this person, which makes me a loser and a piece of work for using them that game. So let's stop pretending that everybody just knows what balance thing is going to happen. Let's stop pretending that just because something is good in isolated situations that they're just unstoppable. I would like a lot less crying in this community, but I know that's not going to happen. And I mean for both sides, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know what the current survivor thing is that we're all supposed to be crying about on the bad guy side. And thankfully, I guess that means that we're doing a little bit better right now, because I have no clue what we should be crying about. He's gone, and I think that answered a lot of our prayers, to be honest. So, you know, there's nothing for us to whine about. Yeah, gens are going faster. I'll take that back. I have seen a few people talk about how bad gens are going by. And they are going by quite a bit, if I'm being honest. I've seen a lot of BNPs these days, and proof. But, again, that was kind of expected. But it doesn't feel as bad now. I don't feel like I need to bring regression. I've never felt that way, because that's been my whole channel, but I don't feel as dumb for not bringing it. nowadays, right? The game feels like it can go back to what it was, and I think that's why I'm annoyed by so many people going, "Oh, now that the game's balanced, it's so boring." First off, you are playing a 4v1 game. Nothing will ever make this game balanced. It'll make it more bearable, but will never be balanced. And given how both sides have been crying about whatever, I think that's a fair assessment to say that the patch did good. So, what does that mean at the core of this video as to why Wraith is still on the screen? Well, I think Wraith is the perfect example of mess around and find out, right? People have been praying for a long time for Wraith to not be flash burned anymore. I wasn't in that camp. I didn't feel that it was holding him back so much, but it's quite a reactionary community. Yeah, everybody is going to cry at every change immensely. Immensely. Like, people make dedicated Twitters to these crimes. And that's insane to me. That's wild to me. But you've unleashed the beast that is Wraith, and he's still very simple. Let's not pretend that you had a flashlight every single game to deal with Wraith. You had a medkit, you had Circle of Healing, and if the Wraith was dumb enough to try to commit to hit and run in that meta, they lost. And now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm terribly surprised that hit and run still doesn't feel that great. Heals have been pretty fast in my games, which was weird to see. I'm like, wait, I thought that was done. I don't know. Don't know on that front. But yeah, final words on that is, Wraith is okay. You can sleep at night. I know that anybody watching this video probably isn't in the camp of Wraith is giving me troubles, because why are you watching a Wraith video then? Maybe you expect to have to deal with it. I don't know. But at the same time, hey, just because something feels bad from the one side for the four side at a time, at some designated point in time, that's kind of the point of the bad guy side. So, stop whining on that front too. Yeah. Tell me what you think. And to close, if you liked the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.